Stream unboxing, another Friday, another week, another day, talking toys, talking figures, shooting our stuff, shooting the shit. As always, I shouldn't curse the first few minutes of the video. Well, welcome. Hopefully my mic is working. And those of you who join live will see. Then, at least from what I can see, it looks like everything's working, from what I can tell. Based on my meter and everything is all plugged in correctly, so yeah, but welcome. These lights maybe a little closer. That's a little better. Hello. Welcome to a live stream. I am Justin, the Zilla. Back again. Hat on head. Stuff going down. Made it through another week. I have an update. Oh, I do have an update. Okay. First things first. Welcome. Every Friday, looking at figures. Talking about figures. Talking about really anything. Last stream, we talked about backrooms for a while, which was kind of fun, but funny. Talked about that with Gabe, so thank you all for the combo and those who showed up and stuck around for the live stream. Way earlier today, at least, yeah, as of the time, it is 4:46. It was 4:45 when I started. But yeah, just an earlier one. I got work tomorrow. Just how it is. I'll be busy tomorrow, so probably no extra live stream this week for tomorrow on Saturday. Probably not. I just got too much going on personally, so apologies, but also I don't really know what to open right now. I mean, it was easier last week when I opened the Battle Cats. They were, pretty straightforward. I was like, okay, I can do 25 minutes of the origins at Battle Cat, and then of course did the whole stream with the movie He-Man and the movie Battle Cat figures. So those are really cool. So I was ready to get those finally in hand, and so they worked out perfectly. But yeah. But for those tuning in live, be sure to let me know if my mic is working. If it's good, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's always my check. Am I syncing? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if you can hear me, you can see me, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment what you want to see here on the channel. I appreciate it. So we'll see what goes on. Do I want to leave a message? Hello, Red Phoenix Rangers. Welcome to the live stream. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I appreciate it. But yeah. Another Friday, another live stream. And yeah, there's probably going to be a delay, so yes. Great. That's amazing. I'm glad my microphone is working. Ever since I had that 1 week, what week was it? When I finally came back after like a week off. I can see your Marvel Legends figures right behind you. Yeah, I got all these guys. Got a whole bunch. Got Legends, got G.I. Joe, got Turtles. More Legends, got more Turtles, got more Turtles. And I can see Whiplash, yeah. He's sitting right there. We'll open him one day. Time will tell. I just have to get more from that Iron Man wave, because he's the only one I have right now of that wave. I definitely want to get the gold suited Iron Man. I think that's the, what is that? Is that technically Mark II Iron Man from the comics? Kind of like when the Avengers were first starting. I think he was in that all gold look there, so definitely on there. Also, like the other villain, I can't remember what that guy's name is. The other villain from that wave, but he's cool. Just like, and then of course the She-Hulk. But I got the Fantastic Four one. But I need to get the. But I'm kind of waiting for them to do a full-on, just a classic, like just her usual costume, She-Hulk, on that newer body. So we'll see. Time will tell. But yeah, but thank you for tuning in, Red Phoenix Rangers. He's the enemy of the second Iron Man. Oh, the second Iron Man. Oh no, I can't remember. You mean is that Rhodey? Is that James Rhodes as in War Machine? Is he? I don't know. I'm not really okay. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not too familiar with the lore of Iron Man and all his villains and everything. I mainly just knew it from the movies because that's what I grew up with. That's what I knew as a kid. But yeah, I'm trying to think. We do have some pickups to look at, but first thing I want to get, and I always keep forgetting to do this whenever I go see a movie, but I do keep my tickets, but I'll show and we're going to talk about it for a second. Okay. Of course, last week we talked about Saw Backrooms. What was it? Last week? A couple weeks ago? No, it was last week. Literally last week. I can't believe it. But went this week. This previous Tuesday, because of course, as I've explained before, my local theater does Taco Tuesday, so our tickets are like $6. Really, with taxes, they're really $8 or $6 or $7, whatever it is. But saw the Masters of the Universe movie with my friend Lou. So shout out Lou for coming with me to see this movie, Masters of the Universe. I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was a nice time. It was pretty enjoyable. Not the most, I would say, kind of like earth-shattering, world-changing kind of movie, but a fun movie to go if you just want to have a good time, if you want to see a pretty kind of like traditional kind of movie, but has cool characters. It's very unique and very ridiculous and very fun. Kind of MCU-ish, I'll say, so I don't know how much people are really too into that. But it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. The music's awesome, the action's awesome. All the actors are great. D-Town Joey, hi from rainy North Texas. First time here. Well, I appreciate it. Joey, welcome to the live stream. To keep updating my chat. It is not showing everything. There we go. It's being weird. But thank you, Joey. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the live stream for the first time. But yeah, this all Masters of the Universe. Fun little film. Where are you? I'm in Michigan. Kind of southern Michigan. I won't say specifically, that's just for my privacy's sake. But I appreciate you letting me know where you're from, because Texas is pretty alright. Marvel Legend War Machine for my birthday at 2025. Okay. Ray Phoenix said I got Motu on my list to see. I recommend it. It's a fun little movie. It's a fun film. If you want to see some He-Man action, you want to have some laughs, and you want to see some awesome like visuals and cool action, I definitely recommend it. I mean, I'm not like the biggest He-Man guy, but it's kind of like I know characters, I can connect to it. It's very easy for me, so I'm like, okay. It's like, and of course, like got the movie figure, so it's pretty cool. But War Machine for my birthday, is that the but which War Machine did you get? Phoenix, was that the retro card, or was that the like their deluxe release from a little bit ago? Even though like they're both great figures, and I'm pretty sure that is that War Machine pinless, because I have the deluxe release. I don't think it's pinless. Probably I think it's the. Is it? Hold on. Oh, I saw He-Man. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, He-Man was cool. Nice little thing. I really like all the actors in that film, I will say too. I think they all did a great job. Jared Leto, of course, as Skeletor is kind of like the one hang up. I'm like, why they gotta give this guy more stuff to do? Stop giving him money. Stop giving him publicity. Of course, he wasn't even like in the actual like the advertising for this movie. Yeah, they kind of just put him to the side. They're kind of like, yeah, he's in the movie, but don't tell anyone, because no one wants to see Jared Leto. anymore. Gabe, yo, welcome back, bro. Early live stream, but we're here talking about Masters of the Universe because I saw the movie. Because every Tuesday is movie day. At least I try to. I don't know. I don't think there's anything really coming out, or really anything out right now else that I really care about, but we'll see. Well, he was different, yeah, from Iron Man animate series. Okay, you're talking about War Machine. So probably because that's like the retro card. Is that from the animated series where he's like the white instead of like silver version? I'm not too familiar, to be honest. But yeah, Masters of the Universe, fun little flick. I recommend it. I kind of like. It's kind of sad to me that this movie is not making the money I don't think it wanted to. But I think it's enjoyable. You'll have a fun time if you're but if you're on the fence. I know kind of like the whole thing, especially for movies right now, it's like especially okay, go see Backrooms. I think that's the movie that you kind of got to see. I hate saying that for Masters of the Universe, but I'm like Backrooms is the one movie. If you can only see one movie this month, like before the end of this month, go see Backrooms. And D-Town says, Joey said, heard Jared Leto did a great job as the voice of Skeletor. I mean, he did good. I think he also did some, like, mocap, I think, as well. So, I'm not sure. But he was good. Like, it's kind of like, I just try to kind of, like, disconnect myself, because I don't like Jared Leto personally. He's not a great person. So, I'm just like, okay. I'm kind of like, okay, he's playing his role. And he did a good job. I'll admit, like, he was really entertaining. He really did his role. He was good for the role that they wrote for Skeletor, where he was a bit more blabbering and there. And then Red Phoenix says, I got the Marvel Legends, the Executioner from X-Men '97. Cool. I haven't gotten that figure yet. I'm just not familiar with the character, so it didn't really do anything for me. It looks cool, but it's like, to me, it's like it also looks kind of small. I'm like, this guy could be massive, but Big Gabe says, oh, the weather here is no joke. Oh yeah, if y'all are having bad weather, hope you're being safe. Hope you're in a good spot and not at risk, because like the last few days here, where I live in Michigan, wind has been crazy. There's been a lot of rain, kind of like all week. So it's been insane. At least, especially when I took, I actually took Wednesday off of work. So, which is kind of like just hanging out at home. And then by the time like nightfall came, it was like a crazy storm. No, it was actually Tuesday. It was right before I was gonna go see, Masters of the Universe. Lots of wind, lots of rain, and I was worried. I was like, are we going to be good to go see this movie in time? And thankfully it did clear out, like, by the time that we were going to go see the movie. Because it was at like 9 p.m. So I was like, okay, good. But before that, And Joey says, yeah, I heard he sucks as a human being. Got a lot of stuff coming out about him, and it's not good. No, it's not good at all. I won't, let that distract me, from seeing that movie. Hey, I get that. Hey, I commend that. I'm kind of seeing. Yeah, for me, it was kind of like seeing. Okay, so seeing Masters of the Universe, I was gonna see that. No matter what, really, I was planning to see this movie anyways. I didn't care if Jared Leto or not, or like whatever was happening with, with this movie. If I heard it was bad, I probably wouldn't go see it. But I heard it was really good, and so I was like, okay, I'll go see it. I'll stick to my word, and I'll go see it. Despite Jared Leto, that's the one hang-up. Everything else was like fine about the movie. A bit goofy and ridiculous, but kind of how it goes. And then McGabe says there was a tornado like 2 days ago. That's insane. I hope you're safe, Gabe. Tornadoes are the worst. I mean, we've been having them like all last year and this year. So, just like, weather is going crazy, global warming. Times are changing. It's It's crazy. Phoenix says I got the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Miles Morales. Did any of you guys saw X-Men 97? I haven't yet. I'm kind of watching other shows right now. Right now I'm still going through the original the Ben 10 series because my friends have gotten back into that because they have the whole like the new comic going on. So there's been a lot of hype about that. So I'm still making my way through. I'm like halfway through season 3. I'm on like episode 9 where it's like a softball episode. I've only like just started it. So we'll see, but yeah. Get there, but I'll get to X-Men. Yeah, 97. I'm okay. Yeah, growing up, not a huge X-Men fan. Wolverine fan for sure. I liked Cyclops. I liked Storm. I liked Nightcrawler, Mystique, and Magneto. That was like my main 6, and also like Sabretooth. Yeah, no. And but that was more so like the early 2000s, like the X-Men like animated series because of that, because that's what I grew up on, and that's what I watched. So that was more so kind of like my kind of thing. But one day I'll probably watch the original X-Men, yeah, the animated series just to get into it and then transition. I know you don't really have to watch the original, but at some point I do because I feel like I have to because I watched like the animated the Spider-Man series like 2 or 3 times, like just binging it all. Like I've done it like so much, so I'm like, I feel like I need to just to respect the show and the franchise even more. Joey says I have a somewhat weird question for everyone. I'm a collector and started with the Transformers 2 years ago. Then went down that rabbit hole, Marvel, McFarlane, Street Fighter, classified, etc. What do you do with your boxes? I clip the art, what I like, and then throw the rest away. Is that weird? That is not weird. I'll be honest, I literally have a whole cabinet that's full of all the art that I keep. Okay, here's a good example. Here, I'll grab something real quick. So like of any of like, let's say like any kind of Street Fighter stuff, I usually try to keep that. Where's mine? Let me organize. So, for example, what I did with Guile, with Guile, when I opened him, I cut out this whole back piece here. I might just clip out the bottom part because I don't think I actually need that, but I'll be looking through the rest of my boxes to see what I have, but I'll keep the bio there and then also his little front art there. So that's like the main like 3 pieces I really keep. Yeah, when it comes to Street Fighter, but Marvel Legends, usually I don't really keep the art there because the boxes I'm like, eh. But then for something like a Secret Wars, okay, so I'll pull up this one. So like anything like a retro card like this Magic, I'll cut out the actual like the plastic here, and then I'll just keep the actual card just by itself, just to keep that. So I have like I have like some of like the retro card Joes, like when they were making it a thicker stock. I have a lot of the Secret Wars. I got the retro Spider-Man stuff, kind of like all of those Marvel Legends waves. Anything that's kind of like retro card, I try to keep now. Before I wasn't very good, but even then, even like then, when it comes to Street Fighter, I'll even keep like the backgrounds and stuff there because it's just good art. It's just super cool. So yeah, so that's not weird at all. I just feel like no one talks about it. I mean, I need to do a whole video just showing off all the art I have. Like from all these boxes through the years, because I got like whole boxes I keep too. I got my my Turtle Fan box. I kept that whole damn box because I'm like, I'm not getting rid of this. This is too good. So it just sits in my closet. So yeah. But Gabe says tornadoes have never happened here, so it's like really bad, and there was a flood yesterday. Oh, that's not great. I'm sorry to hear that, Gabe. But you were talking about Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Phantom. When was I talking about Transformers? I don't know. I can't remember Transformers. I'm not really big on Transformers, to be honest, even though I did buy some Transformers recently from my buddy Billy. And sorry, I'm going to catch up with the chat, but y'all are talking a lot about stuff. I'm gonna make sure I'm catching up. And Joey says Ross, Burlington, Ollie's, and DD's discounts became my stops for cheap toy finds. Ross, Burlington, and Ollie's for sure. I wish I had a Ross, a dress for less, as they call it here. I wish I had one that was near. I think like the nearest one is literally a state over. It's insane to me that Ross hasn't like gone through here. But I got an Ollie's and they've been pretty good like for a bit. Especially like the last like 2 years were like super good. Like you had some crazy finds that you could get there, but kind of now like they're kind of teeter out a bit. I think that's just because of certain stuff coming out, and I think a lot of these stores are trying to make sure that they keep your business so that they don't just hold on to stuff and then just send it to like a discount store like Ollie's or Burlington. I need to check out Burlington. I don't really check them out. I think I have one here, but I never really think about it. I do also have a TJ Maxx, and once in a while I'll check them, but they're usually not that significant. Even though I think they have like the same like parent company somehow. I don't know. It's weird. But Phoenix says the X-Men was my favorite Marvel like a superhero as when I was a little kid. Is that like X-Man? Is that a character? I don't know. Okay, then Joey says, dude, yeah, then I'm not the only one yet to do that. Awesome. For Joe's Star Wars Black Seas and the and the TFs. I keep the the UPC and the 5-digit number on Hasbro products. I get that. In case I need to reach out to Hasbro for product replacement. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often though. Makes sense. See, I don't keep that, but Gabe says, luckily everyone is safe. The tornado, didn't even last 10 minutes. Oh well, that's good. Jim Bolt, my God, I've seen 1 hour of you and 3 action figures. Why do we need to see you at all? Because I like talking to y'all. What the heck, Jim? Seen a 1 hour view and 3 action figures. I've been on here for like 22 minutes. You've seen a 1 action figure. What? Unless you're talking about like your collective. And also, there's figures back here. I mean, look at those. Look at those. They're great. Why you hating, Jim? Who are you? Have you been here before? I feel like you've been here before. Hello, close up. Hydrate. Drink your water. Okay. Anyways, I don't know. You might just be fucking around. I appreciate the support in any case. My God. My God. You're very familiar, Jim. I feel like I've seen you before. I wish I could like see you. Like see your profile picture. What is your profile picture? What is that? A Cheeto with hair? Fantastic Four, but She-Hulk, Joe Classified Flint, Need. Yeah, and this is the, well, that's a retro card. I do have the Classified, but this retro one looks 10 times better. And then also the She-Hulk is badass. One day we'll open all these. All these are going to be open at some point. Maybe not the Turtles, and probably not the Scarlet Spider or the Black Panther, but most of these are going to be opened at some point, and probably not that Donatello. I'm going to get that signed. Probably by the original voice actor from the cartoon. But we'll see. Time will tell. But I talk because I like having the camera in my face. I like talking to y'all. Sorry, Jim. Sorry you don't like this handsome face. But we'll get on to figures in any case. But Joey says, retros are great. So do you have the Red Hulk? It looks so cool, but isn't worth the price right now for me. The She-Hulk one? I do not. I don't have a single Red Hulk in my whole collection. the original, like the comic, the Marvel Legends. I skipped on that. I was like, it looks fine, or I don't think it was even really in store that much. I think it was kind of a little bit hard to find because it was a Target exclusive. And then kind of same thing, I think, with the MCU Red Hulk, the Harrison Ford one. I don't have that one. I'm just like maybe. Sorry, yes, the Red She-Hulk. Yeah, she's a retool of the She-Hulk. From a few years back. Yeah, I did see that. My local comic shop is really the only place that has it. Rocket Comics. Yeah, they got like 8 of her. So, but she looks great. Like she looks accurate. Yes, I like the art. Like that they're interpreting that off of. It looks really cool. I wish they had like a more kind of like more specific kind of like a kind of artist specific head sculpt for that because I like that art so much and I like her and I like her more cartoonish kind of stylized look in that art, so that would have been nice, but overall it looks great. So at some point I'll probably get that because I'm like, yeah, that's definitely an upgrade. Then I have that original figure where that's like the grayish Hulk, where they did their, I think it was the more kind of modern Fantastic Four in the black and blue suits where they're mainly black but had some blue accents on it, and had the Doctor Doom because that was like the Super Skrull wave. That's what it was. So I got her. Yeah, so I'm looking right at her because she's on the Marvel Universe shelf. And if y'all want to see that, feel free. Or if there's any figures y'all see here or have any questions of, or don't see, or want to see if I do have, be sure to ask. I'm happy to oblige. We're here talking figures. Doing our thing. Tommy in the Guinea Pig Collective. Greetings. Hello, Tommy. Well, welcome back. We're yapping about all sorts of toys. Doing our thing, but we're going to get into our weekly pickups. Probably some of my favorite segments, and some favorites that I just had to get. Oh, Joey says I got the gray Hulk / Joe Fixit at Ollie's about 2 years back. They had him for $20. Couldn't pass it up. Same thing. I got him that same way too. I got him for about, I think, like $30 for me. So even then, that's not that bad. Well, maybe it was $20. I'm looking at him. He's on my miscellaneous shelf because I can't really fit him right now. But he looks great. He looks badass. Was a steal, especially okay. Yeah, if we're talking Ollie's finds, getting the new Bucky cap, which was a Walmart exclusive, that figure is like, it's so good. I'm just like, I'm so glad that I was able to get that from Ollie's. I only got one. I was so tempted to get like 2, just for some reason, just to have 2 of the new Bucky cap. But man, Ollie's was cooking. What was that, like last Christmas? 2 Christmases ago? I can't remember. It's been so long. Also got like Squirrel Girl. Like the Riders version. Like that was crazy. Jim is a Cheeto with a top hat. I thought it was like a mustache or something. I was not. It was not. Yeah, I was like, I know it's like a Cheeto, but I'm like, what the heck is that? Jim was being a hater anyway, so. Screw your top hat, Jim. I'll see it however I want. But Joey says yes. Seen Bucky / Cap at Ollie's a couple times and I passed on it, unfortunately. Get that. If you get the chance. Get it. Tommy! I have been working on reviews for a couple G.I. Joes and Transformers. And a NECA Eastman and Laird figure. Big sale opportunities at Target. Nice. Did they do some Eastman and Laird figures? Oh, yeah, you're talking the Mirage, right? You're talking that line. Makes sense there because it says Eastman and Laird. I call them Mirage. It's just how it connects in my brain. Yes. Okay, you're good. Yeah, because I'm literally thinking like, have they announced like Eastman and Laird, like the actual guys as figures? Because that's what I really want. Either in cartoon or, okay. I know they did the movie where he's like a garbage man and it's just Kevin Eastman, because that's accurate, because there's like behind the scenes footage of Kevin Eastman in that exact fit. But Peter Laird, I'm just like, please give me something, y'all. Like, I'm surprised they haven't like just done it. Like, just do it in the Mirage line. Do you know, make an Eastman and Laird 2-pack. Do that as a San Diego, like a Comic Con. Make it probably a bit easier because I did get their first appearance turtles as the set. I got the color, and those are great. Well, except for I think it's like the Peter Laird turtle. Yeah, one of his whole legs is literally like stuck. I can't do anything about it. Like the paint and the plastic is too bad, and I think it's been too long, so I don't think they would really reimburse me. It's been a long time. But Dream have Eastman and Laird. Give me figures. Do Mirage, do cartoon, do comics. I don't care what it is. Live action, give me it. Playmates, give me. I want my comic creators. Because they made Jack Kirby, and we have a Stan Lee, from Marvel Legends. We even have a Todd McFarlane, from the Spawn 2-pack, which I keep seeing at GameStop. It's not on sale enough to get me to buy it, though I kind of want to. Especially since it comes with like bare feet, which is weird that they were just like, okay, we're gonna throw that in because Todd does that apparently around his whole facility. He's just barefoot, and they're like, there goes Todd, not wearing, he's having the dogs out, being weird, but And then Joey says Target doing some good toy sales this week. Some Marvel and Joe figures are on sale. Plus spend over $40 and get $10 off. Tommy says I never expected them to do a Kirby figure in that line, hinting at Jack Kirby's influence on their TMNT creation. Missed out on it though. I got the Jack Kirby. Hold on, I'm gonna grab Jack real quick. He's missing his accessories because he took a tumble. Because he was on my Avengers shelf, but there he is. I definitely recommend, if you're able to pick him up for a good price, get him. Get Jack. But yeah. But speaking of that sale, here we're gonna get into this. And this has to do with my weekly pickups. Because, okay, so first, went over to GameStop. Well, I went to Walmart first. Didn't have very much there. Before they had the Secret Wars wave, and that's where I got these figures that we'll be looking at in a minute, so we'll talk about that. Target has a second sale going on, spend $75, get $20 off. That makes sense. Trying to think. What am I saying? What am I yapping about? But yeah, went to Walmart just to get groceries. Nothing really much there. They did have some of the Masters of the Universe, but no Skeletor. That's like the one figure that I've seen a couple times, and it just disappears. It never appears again. I need me a Skeletor, specifically the version 2 version, where he has a brighter blue and his and his colors are a little bit different. Also, I think his jaw is fixed in that, but I don't think that's specifically inherent to the version 1, though. From just from what I've seen, I beg to differ. I think the jaw is actually better on the 2 because it has the complete teeth instead of like the half teeth, which is weird. But nothing at Walmart, so a bus there. They've been kind of dry for a bit, so we'll kind of see what goes on there for a while. But then went over to GameStop because I was like, I'll go to GameStop because I kind of just didn't want to go to Target. I was like, do I really need to go check Target? Because I don't really like Target still at the time. I'm not really big on going to Target anymore. But I'm like, for figures, I'll go look. I'll go see what's going on. But for GameStop, they had some good stuff. Actually, the week previously, they did have the Masters of the Universe, the movie Skeletor, but version 1, where he was a bit darker, I think, and like his teeth were kind of missing in the back, like they were kind of like they were like cut off, like it wasn't like a full set of top teeth. But yeah, but need that Skeletor, on the hunt for that, specifically the version 2, where it's like a bit brighter colors and I think a bit more specifically detailed, so I think it looks better. But didn't get anything at GameStop there. I do have their monthly like their year round like subscription where you get like $5 off like every month. You're only paying like $25 a year, which is not too bad, at least for me. I'm like, okay, I think it's worth it. Save a bit more money, but get to spend an extra 25 at the end of the year every year to be like, here's the thing, thanks for having the thing, and I also get points. So I just got to use those. I barely even use my points. But Tommy says I need to add a Masterverse Yesco tour to my He-Man and Hordak ones. Definitely. But GameStop, nothing there. I've always been like so tempted because they have some of the new Deadpool Wolverine stuff, and have some of like the X-Men of the '97 ones. I have like most of those anyways, so I'm not too bothered by it really right now. Really, like the main things have been like Star Wars. They have Watto, and then also one of like those Bug Soldier dudes. So they have those two guys. So I've been tempted by Watto because I'm like that's a unique character, but I don't really have that many episode 1 figures besides the Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul 3-pack where they have the cloaks, and that's like the newer version. Because I did that for May the 4th a couple of years ago. Maybe a year ago. I think like 2 years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, no, that was like probably like a year ago. I think in one year out the other. I don't know. I think it was last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm brain dead. Alright. So nothing at GameStop. So I was like, alright. I'll go into Target. I'll see what the hell's happening. And I didn't even know, as you all mentioned, they had the spend over 40 and get and get $10 off on toys. I didn't know the 75 get 20 off. I was fine with just the 40 for 10 off. So with that offer and being over by the figures, I was like, all right, I'll get a couple things. I'll get going. So first thing, I was like, okay, I'll finally get this. And these have been at Walmart the whole time, but I was like, I'm not paying full price for this. Is the Star Wars Black Series of Mandalorian and Grogu from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Main reason I got this was because my other Beskar Mando from I think it's from season 3 of Mandalorian, I believe. I can't remember, but but that one, he now has a mark on his chest plate that I cannot get off. Maybe I can use like acetone or something, but I don't want to mess with the paint. But it's got a paint scratch now, so I'm like, okay, get new Mando. This is the newer body. Anyways, I think that's even supposed to be more of an upgrade, even compared to the original Beskar Mando. But this also has Grogu, where he's going, or the image on his shoulder. So that's kind of a nice display option. That might be the main way to go. And I do like the weapons he has there. They are accurate to the movie. But before the movie, like before I saw it, and also the jetpack and then the little knife. But before like seeing the movie, I was like, I have no need to get this. I don't really care for these weapons that much. I think they're cool now, but I'm still probably going to replace them with the older ones because I do like his original lineup, but I get what's going on here with the story. But he's cool. And was a, nice thing to finally kind of get this for a pretty decent price. And then, of course, because that wasn't the full 40, so I got a second figure and went with the Masters of the Universe Man-at-Arms, because I'm still kind of on a Masterverse. Little bit of craze here. And just needed to get this guy because I loved a Man-at-Arms. In the movie, he was probably one of the best things about that movie. Still very, generic, but it's Idris Elba. Idris Elba fucking killed it. You don't even think about it. It's kind of like those complaining about him. I'm like, it's Idris Elba. Chill out, y'all. But yeah. The one drawback to those of a larger size figures. I get that, but it's like, in my mind, it's like, I kind of see them as larger than life, more characters. I know they don't really match too well up when it comes to Legends, but he's like displayed with all like my kind of like cartoon, kind of video game, kind of other movie, kind of like figures. Because I got Sonic and Mario. Hold on, can I show this off without showing off everything else? Like you can see, I got all my Mario and Sonic things. Oh, and then there's the Omnitrix. But then you got He-Man and you got that, and then you got the He-Man collection. So they're there in that corner, and they look great. But yeah, but I definitely get it. Kind of like you want to have it probably more comparable or closer to Marvel Legends, but for He-Man, I'm okay with. And even if I do like an MCU thing, I think He-Man would be pretty big. I can't remember what I'm surprised I didn't get a MCU figure. I'll do that another time. But yeah, but sorry. God, we're gonna be yapping all night. Sorry to those who don't like me yapping and seeing my face. Jim. You son of a bitch. Alright. No haters. Not hating. I'm just having fun. Tommy says, I still have my old Kenner Land of the Jawas, Droid Factory, and Cantina set still. Things are just things, that just can't feasibly nor able to price, justify, making now. The one drawback to these, to those larger, those larger sized figures that you can't feasibly nor able to price justify making now. Oh, okay, you're talking about scale. My bad. I thought you were talking about He-Man. Yeah, when it comes to those older, like the Kenner sets, and that makes sense because it was all like 3-inch or like 5-inch little things, and now they're like 6-inch, super detailed. So of course they're not probably gonna do a set. Kind of would have been nice if they, did, that Rain Core. Like that's really cool, but of course they didn't really provide a lot of people with a reason to care about that. But maybe at some point that they can try again, maybe. It would be nice if they did, because that Rain Core is a cool little thing, and having like a gate or something for that would be cool. But if you can't fit it, if it's not really that practical, it's just not gonna happen. Like they're just probably never gonna make, let's say, like Jabba's Palace or something, or or like you said, Tommy, do like a Land of the Jawas or the Droid Factory. So the Cantina, like they've done like the whole, like the desk and everything. That was more so, was that like Power of the Force or some other kind of wave? It wasn't like just straight up like old Kenner, because they didn't do sets back then. Well, they did do. What am I talking about? The scales, versions are ridiculously priced. I think it's why we don't see it often. I mean, it makes sense. I think also, I think a big thing is like space as well. It's like, who really has space for like a whole 6-inch scale kind of Star Wars set? Yeah, I think it was Kenner, but under Hasbro. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I do wish I got that set, like that Cantina, the Black Series one, with Ben, and then like the two, like the bar dudes. We should have gotten like the bartender guy, like the barkeep. Like that would have been a great incentive to get that kind of like that box. But if it didn't come with the original, yeah, that makes sense. But at least they gave, they gave you the bar, and I think with the stools as well. I can't remember, but I want to get that set at some point because that set's it's so cool. It looks so good. We just need a good Obi-Wan. That's my thing. It's like, I know they're probably gonna do it next year, but I'm like, I want to get that Figure Arts one so bad. That old, like that upgrade, like that best, kind of like the Ben Kenobi that has like the wired, like the soft goods cape. I'm like, give me that, please. I need to find a good place for it because I haven't gotten it. I don't think it's even out yet from what I know or see, unless y'all know. I can't remember, but need me a good Ben Kenobi. We haven't really gotten one from Hasbro in a while. I'm surprised they didn't like release them like on him own, because they released the two like the guys, you know, like from the bar. But not Ben. That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. What are you doing, Hasbro? I know they're gonna do it next year, and that's like the thing too. Yeah, for me, when it comes with their C-3PO, their best one came in a set with Chewbacca, and they never really did a classic one really since then on a good body. They did an archive one, they did some other one, but he didn't have like the hinge kind of like arm things. But then like they have like the droids one, and that is on the new mold. So I'm like, y'all know you got it. Use it. Give me my thing so I can give you money to have my thing, please. Just like Star Wars specifically. I'm like, guys, get on it. I know we're probably just waiting for next year because it's the anniversary of the original Star Wars film, so we gotta wait on that. So I get it. I just want to stop waiting. It's been years. I'm waiting for these characters, and they just stick out like a sore thumb. I still gotta get Han. I still gotta get a Chewie. I don't have any of those. I need the new Han and Chewie. I've just been waiting on those because I just keep seeing Chewie, and I'm like, there's Chewie. No Han though. No Han. I can't get Han. I'll find him one day. I just gotta find the time to spend the money. But I'm just getting everything anyways. Okay, but one more time. Tommy says that they have a limitless list of characters they can make through extended universe stories with Star Wars. I mean, for real. But Mara Jade and Jackson are two easy members, or mentions, Novell and old Marvel comics. Yeah, that makes sense. New and old Marvel comics, maybe. But Mara Jade and Jackson, perfect. I think that they're gonna be doing those, aren't they? Or have they done like a Mara Jade at some point? Because I know they did. Like that green guy, who looks really cool. I need to get his figure at some point. I think also GameStop has him. I just haven't picked it up. Star Wars, man. It's weird. It's a weird relationship still with Star Wars. I like their figures, as evident. You know, got this damn thing. The movie's pretty alright. It's not the... Oh, they did, Mara and Jackson. Thank you for clarifying. Like, this is great, but I'm like, okay. Another Mando. Can I get my OG trilogy characters, please? I mean, it's cool getting, like, the troopers. Like, they all look great. But those I haven't gotten, because I'm just like, I don't need these. Like, maybe a sand trooper or two. I've seen him at Target all the time. So I'm like, do I want to get that? And I'm like, I'll wait. Because I would like to get two and get them all at the same time. And that's like my thing now. I really, it's kind of like if I need a pair of figures that like work well together, like for instance, like Han and Chewie, if I just see just Chewie, I'm just not going to get him. Because I want to get the Han with him. Or if I see a Han now, I'll be like, okay, there's Han there. And then I'll get Chewie afterwards on that same day or same time. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I got my Chewie. I have never seen a Han. I don't think even at my local comic shop, I don't think they have Chewie or Han. They might have like a Luke, maybe a Leia, but no Han, no Chewie. Chewie only once. He's only at GameStop. He sits there all alone. No Han. They even have a Luke and Leia there, but no Han. And I'm like, you can order one more Han, maybe, but I don't know. They need to, all companies, they need to think about troop builder packs for fans slash collectors. All companies, for real. I think Star Wars is doing it pretty well. Like they have like Black Series ones where they're like windowless, like they're all like they're kind of like all kind of like cardboard ones, and they're like smaller, so It's kind of you get the basics, and they're I don't know if they're pretty cheap. I can't remember what the pricing on them was, but I always see those, and I'm like, is that 3 inch? But then it's like, no, it's Black Series, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, maybe I'll get one day, but kind of like with Star Wars, like I have my troops, I have my Tusken Raiders from the archive line. I got 6 of the newer stormtroopers that when they brought in that new body. I was like, I'm buying 6 or like 9. I forget how many it was. 2, 4, 6. I got 6 stormtroopers, so that's like enough for me to like do a whole thing. I could probably get more. I could get another 6. I could have 12. It's like, and of course now you have like your remnant troopers. You got your sand troopers that are on. I think they're on that older mold though, like that new one that they put out. I think that's on an old mold, or it's just like the paint isn't really as realistic as compared to the newer remnant stormtroopers who look pretty good. But I'm like, maybe I'll kind of wait, and but then you have like the new the AT-AT driver. He's really cool looking, so I'll probably pick him up at some point. I just don't want to pay $30 for a Black Series figure if I don't have to. Of course, I still paid a bit for this, but I think it was a bit down to like 25 or whatever. I forget what it was. So it was pretty good. So this was like 25 bucks, I think, maybe. This was probably more expensive. This was probably like, well, maybe this is more 25. I don't know. The prices are all insane now. I'm just like, everything's like at least like $40 or $50 is my goal. If I want to get 2 figures, I'm like, go no more than 50. Kind of 45 if you can, stay down, but 50 is the max. But I'm like, y'all, used to be $40 for 2 figures. In Marvel Legends, probably not in other lines, but Marvel Legends. Even though these are Black Series and Mattel anyways. But moving on. For weekly pickups. Okay, we're going to end this off. I'm already an hour in, y'all. But went to Rocket Comics at the end of the day. Shout out to my guys there. And picked up the G.I. Joe Classified Series Storm Shadow. He was like $30. This is a great figure. I still don't have a Storm Shadow besides this now. Well, I do have the movie version, but that one has been in storage. This one will definitely go on the display. I kind of preferred to get the retro card, so I might still get that. I don't know, but for now, this is my Storm Shadow. I mean, because, yeah, my main display, Snake Eyes, is the first classified one. So this makes sense more so for them matching up. I kind of wish he had the tats, like how they, I think, originally planned. How he's supposed to have, like, tattoos and stuff all over his arms and, like, the earlier kind of, like, packaging. But this still looks great. It looks awesome. Has a ton of accessories. I mean, even for the $30 at our time, like, this is a ton. This is a nice amount of accessories to give one figure. G.I. Joe Classified is really kind of like the most... If you want to get the bang for your buck, this is it. But I'm not the biggest Classified, and also, like, I'm running out of space, so I'm like, I just need to get essential characters. I don't need to get, like, any weird add-ons. I need to get my essentials and call it good. If I see a weird one, and it's at a good price, for instance, I got Crocmaster, that whole set, at a comic shop in my hometown, for like $25. I was like, give me that. I was like, that's such a steal, and that's like the first thing I saw in that thing. I was like, what the heck? That's $25. Give me that. Let me buy this, please. All right. But Storm Shadow, cool figure. Nice to finally add to the collection. And then last one, I'm gonna move Magic because we saw her already, but she was already shown last week, so not a new pickup. But this pickup, this is the one secret Wars figure I've been looking for a while. Tommy says retro Storm Shadow, nice. I have the older release. Yeah, not as many accessories. Oh, well, this one isn't the retro. This one is the classified. I think this is the old one. But Tommy says, oh yeah, as I've been working on stop motion, I find it a pain looking for multiples of a single toy. Yeah, last one was Carnix and Shardikins. That's crazy. Same, about 25 for Crocmaster our target. Yeah, when he was discounted. For real. But mine was at a local, but mine, like, I got mine at, like, at a comic shop, so I felt even better. I was like, I'm supporting this business, and they got a great deal. But the thing really got me at Rocket Comics. Of course, they also have the Secret Wars, but I've been waiting for this. I mean, spoilers already. It's Daredevil. Had to get him. He's the main reason. Also, Falcon 2 and Constrictor in my case. Like, they are the main reasons to get this. Like, I got Magic too. I got her. Because I got most of these at Walmart. I got the rest of the wave that I got here at Walmart. And then Daredevil, of course, was there. But I was like, I still got my pre-order in at Big Bad Toy Store. I'll wait. I'll kind of see if it's coming out. And it's not coming out. So I'm not waiting because I had them paired up with the Haya GMK Godzilla. And that's still not filling out. I think that's going like early July, so I'm not waiting that long. But yes, this is the one. So they had him at Rocket Comics, and I looked at all of them, and I was like, all right, I'm getting them. I'm not gonna wait. $35, whatever. Need them. I kind of want to get two just for the display, but fucking dub, y'all. This figure looks so good, and to plug something else too, go check out the Instagram tomorrow, because I got a new collab with some of my toy guys. Spoilers, I guess, but it's Daredevil and Punisher. What a surprise! So check that out. It's not this Daredevil. I've already taken the picture. It's the CT Toys Daredevil that we looked at a little while ago. But yeah, Daredevil, pretty cool. I wish, there were the local shops here. Yeah, but they're all gone now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Yeah, I know. It's always been, like, a tough time. I mean, yeah, my guy's been, like, thriving. He's been here for, like, 10-plus years. I also have a second one, where it's, like, 10 minutes down the road. So I'm just like, yeah, I get unlucky. I know I'm lucky to have all this. But there's a whole thing in here. There's a whole industry. There's a lot of nerds in this little town that I'm in. Joey says, yes, the Daredevil and the Spidey, but Venom figs are on my list. Okay, the alien costume, that's Spider-Man, not my top tier. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't, because y'all know how much of a big, like a Spider-Man fan I am. I literally have a whole shelf dedicated to Spider-Man. I have a whole Spider-Verse, got all the as many villains as I as I can fit. I got so much Spider-Man stuff, it can't fit on one shelf. And it's probably gonna need a new shelf at some point too. I still need a new shelf, but yeah. Yeah, but this Spider-Man isn't on my list for now. I just have too many Spider-Mans, and this is kind of like, for me, this would be like a discount get, including the Absorbing Man. I'm sorry. The figure looks great, but not having that many accessories, like not anything to like have the powers with, I'm like, I'm gonna wait, because you know they're gonna release this again. You know they're gonna release it again. But with the accessories. I know, the Build-A-Figure pieces do actually work on this, which is crazy. And so that's like the one thing that tempts me, because I do have that Absorbing Man figure, because that's when I was like prime getting into Marvel Legends, kind of like that era. It's like the time, so we'll see. alien costume and Absorber Man. Spider-Man alien costume and Absorber Man. We'll see. We'll see at some point. But Daredevil was the need. Got Falcon. We got Constrictor. Of course, they're here, and then Magic. So Magic just to see what's going on. Just to add another X-Men. Just needed another upgrade. But this Daredevil, we're going to see if this is going to be the main shelf. He'll have his own stream at some point. Falcon and Constrictor, yeah, we'll look at now. But Daredevil is a future. He'll just be by himself. I think he can carry by himself. I don't think I really need to do a Magic, because I'm not really too big on Magic. I'm not really too big on this design, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see. She'll probably be opened. Maybe I'll do her on a Saturday. Maybe like a next week kind of Saturday stream. That'll be fun. Like a short one. Not like this one where I'm like rambling for an hour before we even open a figure and look at the ones that we're talking about. But I thank y'all for joining me. Like, this is so much fun for me. I know probably, I don't know how many people really want to sit here and look at me talk. I mean, Jim didn't. Where are you? Yeah, we're an hour in. And we're doing the thing. What'd I tell you? I love talking to y'all. I love rambling. So apologies. But yeah. But Gabe says, W. Billy. Billy? No shout out to Billy. But shout out to Billy, though. Because he gave me the Transformers last week. Check out the last stream if you want to see those Transformers. Unless that was the week before. I can't remember. My whole schedule is just like day after day. I can't focus on each day. I just need to focus at the moment. So everything goes around and around. But I take pictures of everything and I make sure to track it all so I can remember. I'm like, yes, these memories, these toys, my friends, good times. Okay. Tommy says, my friend, Beanie Art did a fantastic fix / paint upgrade on that Spidey / Venom. Okay, cool. But Joey says, did you get that Punisher Hulkbuster? It looks cool, but I'm cheap. So not paying 70 plus for that. I did not get that. For me, like, that's out of my range. I can't even fit that. I have no connection to it. So I'm just like, I'm good. It looks cool, but like, I'm fine. The only thing that I really care for, like, is for that head sculpt. And I think that's like a few people, but I'm like, I have no need for this. I'm fine with my Punishers. I do need a new comic Punisher because he was also in my picture as well. So check that out on Instagram tomorrow. So yeah, but definitely need to upgrade my Punisher. It's been a while. I need to get a very good Punisher. I know they have the 2-packs. And I'm kind of tempted to get the Nick Fury one, like their video game based one, because that one looks really cool. But I know there's like that was it the one where he's like with the guy? He has like the actual like the finger guns. It's a weird set. I have really like no connection to that one, so I'm not sure. But Phoenix says, was that Daredevil? I just saw him. They have Walmart and Target. Yes. This is Daredevil. It's him. He's cool. He's awesome. He's sick. I got him at my local comic shop. He comes with the radar thing. It's nice. It's cool. We'll open him in a future live stream. Badass. Badass, though. Well, look at me go. Okay. Sorry, I had just a tick there. I was like, oh, badass. Bro, look at me. Okay, Tommy. Magic has issues with one, with the one arm. Yeah, I've been like seeing that. I've been seeing like with some it's fine, with others it's a little rough. But I hope I'm just lucky. I mean, I can kind of tell it kind of looks already a bit gummy already, but that's kind of. I don't know. I think that's just like the plastic quality. I don't know. I'll have to see in hand. So we'll see that on a hopefully future Saturday short stream. I have to call it like short Saturdays or something. Maybe I'll do that. I mean, it's not shorts. Saturdays. It's a short Saturday stream. I don't know if I want to do. Well, maybe I do want to do, because I don't want to do double S. That's a little. You don't do that. Short Saturday stream. Short Sat stream. There we go. Oh. All right. It's like Saturday cartoon or whatever. Or I try to do it earlier in the day, like this, where where I have sunlight. Okay, but we're gonna get into this. We're gonna finally thank y'all for indulging me. Hey, who's that lady with the yellow and black suit? That is Magic. There she is. I'm sorry, I'm also trying to entertain the live people, so thank you. So I'll show off because y'all are watching and hearing live, so I'll kind of help control the show a bit. Spidey with partial, the symbiote suit I hear has better plastic than Magic. I'm not surprised by that. I can just tell by the packaging it's probably better plastic. Because, with female figures, there's always a whole different thing. Because they're, a bit smaller, a bit slimmer. Especially Magic, where she actually is like a younger character, so she is a bit smaller than your characters. So the plastic is always kind of different when it comes to females. Weirdly, but they've been doing better, but even still, it's just like, you still got room to go, but this looks pretty good, though. Looks pretty nice, so we'll just see. Time will tell. Magic. She's from X-Men. I think she's like Colossus's, or Colossus, his sister, and she's Colossus's brother. What was her name? Magic. Marvel's Magic. Marvel's Magic. Sorry, it's backwards. Marvel's Gigma. Kigma. Kigam. Magic. I'm trying to say it backwards. Yes, Colossus' sister. Rasputin is their last names. So Magic Rasputin. On the nose, ain't it? Colossus Rasputin. I wonder if they're Russian. Okay. Okay, we're going to switch on over. Look at these figures. Get these guys open. Get into it. Alright. Back them up a bit. Still have the new table. Shout out to Billy for the new table. Still want to put like some kind of like thing on here. Might make it look a bit better. Some kind of like cloth or whatever. But look at these guys. But as y'all who have not seen, there's at least a bit of the collection. You can hint at there with the Spider-Mans, and you got your X-Men's, and you got things here. But Joey asks, are you a McFarlane DC Multiverse collector? I got a few of the exclusives he did for Ross stores, and some I've bought on clearance at Target/Walmart. When it comes to McFarlane, I kind of pick and choose. I've gotten a couple like of their Superman movie figures. I got the Ultraman to go with my what is it? I like the Joy Toy, I think, Superman, where it's kind of like that Masterverse scale, but looks actually pretty much better. Also have like the Martian Manhunter. I got Captain Carrot, couple Batmans here and there. I got all of the Suicide Squad wave. I got that whole thing with the King Shark and everything. So it's like I'm in on certain stuff, but when it comes to McFarlane, it's kind of like it's very much a pick and choose. Because with DC, I do specifically like the Mezco kind of interpretations. I think a bit more. That's more of my style, and it scales better with Marvel Legends because it always kind of does. So, but to be honest, I'm really excited to see what Mattel is gonna do with the collector line next year. So I'm excited, and it's cool seeing, like the kid stuff like out there. But I've just been like, I'm not touching it. I just can't. I'm not gonna justify it. I'm just gonna wait for the elite stuff. know how long, the kid stuff will be around for. So maybe I'll get something, but what Tommy just says, oh, okay. Yeah, but Tommy asked, what, magic, it just came to me. Elena, yeah, Rasputin, Colossus, Peter, yeah, Rasputin. Nerd cred, baby. Goddamn, you got the full names, bro? It's crazy. But Phoenix says, I got Legends, The Beast and Blade. Oh, did you get the, is that like the new one? Like the new Beast? Oh, like the X-Men, like the 97? Or you got a Beast? One. What's the Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2099 from? That is from the Retro Card Wave. The newest one on the Renew Your Vows body mold. It's a badass figure. I think it looks better than the Mayfix, personally. Well, compared to the Scarlet Spider, I actually prefer the Mayfix to the Marvel Legends, which is weird in my mind, but I think it just looks better. It looks so good. And just saw the Marvel Legends Falcon as well. Awesome. Yeah, Falcon looks amazing. And Constrictor is like such like a perfect kind of like foe in my mind to if you want to pair up any figures, I think it's really these two. Maybe you do Daredevil and Spider-Man, or I don't know, or even like Absorbing Man. But even then, like Spider-Man don't really work that well. It's kind of like it's Falcon, it's Constrictor, it's Daredevil, and then Spider-Man and Absorbing Man on their own, and Magic kind of on their own. The rest kind of like felt like they kind of like worked a bit together. I mean, well, we'll kind of see. I think it was still it's still all over the place, let's just say, but feels good. But these two look amazing. Love the callback to the original toy line with the Secret Wars big packaging with the storms. On the back, have your specific, so where you have Marvel's Falcon and just Constrictor there. Easy enough to copyright, but of course you can see everything that these guys come with their plates, all their accessories, and all their coolness. Have your Hasbro logos, 4+ Marvel logos, warnings, and this is, oh, he actually doesn't have a warning at the top there. This one does. Interesting. Where's his small parts? I guess it's not small parts because these are bigger parts, so it's okay for 4+. This one has the choking. Oh, wait, no. This has the warning. Hold on. Warning here. Attention there. Attention danger. And then this one says warning, small parts. And this one says warning, small parts. So what does this say? Warning. Yeah, but choking hazard. Small parts. Okay, so this does have small parts. So that's what they're saying here. This one can generate, but isn't specifically supposed to be small parts. Sorry for that little ramble of different text and copyright and whatever like laws, but your Secret Wars, Marvel Legends, you got Falcon. Here, we'll do his bio real quick. Got Falcon, Marvel's Falcon. Sam Wilson and his ally Red Wing answer the call to combat supervillain Hobgoblin as the high-flying Falcon. I do not have Hobgoblin on me. Is Hobgoblin? He's on the shelf. We'll grab him in a bit. But there's Falcon. Flying and going around the city. Looking pretty sweet. Have the figures all lined up here as we've seen. Nice actually like color differences there. Shows the shield with the, I think it's the, yeah, they're called kind of like a fade kind of thing. I don't know what it's really called, but you know, they have the thing. Insert lenticular. It's a lenticular. The lenticular thing here. And there you go. And of course, yeah, with Falcons it's different from Constrictors, from heroes to villains, where it's the round orange one. And villains have the kind of like the metal steel square one. And then with Constrictor on his bio says Constrictor forced by the Beyonder, a mighty being from another universe to fight the Secret Wars. Constrictor lends his powerful coils in service of Doctor Doom's schemes. A nice little cool art there. Rome? I don't know what that says behind it. It's like crown or like crow or something. Same lineup here. Different shield design, of course, there for your lenticular to be specified, and then, of course, the different warnings. There's your barcode. Scan it if you want it. Pause it. And pause it. There it is. Go get them. Joey says, oh, I see the Secret Wars spider back there. That's the Spidey I want, and Superior Spider-Man. The Secret Wars? Oh, the Scarlet Spider? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the Mafex. That one's great. Yeah, that one's great. Yeah, that's the Spider I want, and Superior Spider-Man. Yeah, I do need to get that newer, that Marvel Legends one. I still have, like, the original back there. I don't know if you can see him. He's, like, right behind, like, Black Cat there. Maybe you can... Hello, Miles. Hold on, we're gonna... There he is. He's, like, way back there. In any case... Let's get back on the road. Well, these guys look great. Here, let me... Okay. But they look great. Cool figures. We're going to go ahead, open up these guys. See what's going on. I do need to get that Superior Spider-Man, though. Never picked it up, or I think I saw like once. I think it was at like FYE, but you know, it's been a while. This. We're gonna get my trusty toolkit though to open up these guys. I'll lay this down for you. Get on up. Come back down. Show off our actual opening. Well, first, we'll go with Constrictor, so we'll move Falcon for now from the area. Get my... Usually, I just like to just cut it out, so I use my X-Acto blade and just cut down from the bottom. Be very careful. So we'll kind of take our time, but yeah, as you see. But Joey asks, so you're a Mafex fan? I don't have any right now. Are they worth the prices? Are they better quality than Hasbro? I'd say generally it's like quality kind of depends on like design wise. I think they are technically better. Proportionate, it's pretty similar. Like, I mean, it's kind of like, oh, hold on. I'm getting too distracted, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, but Mafex are pretty good, I would say. I do want to kind of be careful with this. This is making me kind of nervous here. I'm going to do it like this. Oh, no, I'm not going to get hit. Down my sides. A little precise. Or as precise as I can be. Excuse me. Sorry y'all had to see my crude way of opening all this. Cool. But I mean, that's the point, right? See how I do it. Though this is not the best way right now. This thing is giving me a battle. Okay. we'll get going. So, yeah, but Mayfex, I definitely enjoy. I have a few. Mainly, I think it's just Spider-Man's as of right now. I got the Mayfex kind of classic, kind of bright colored Spider-Man. I got that version, and then I have of course, the Scarlet Spider, as you can see there, and then actually I have a couple of the CT toys, specifically, the CT toys Daredevil and the CT toys Wolverine. Those two are amazing figures. Even the CT toys Gambit, which you can see right there with the rest of the X-Men. And I am opening this. Apologies if y'all want to see the whole process, but it's a little difficult. It's a little scary not doing that in front of my face, so apologies, but there it is, all cut up. Got a big Hasbro paper. This is huge. What the hell, guys? Use the small ones. Save the planet. To the abyss. It goes. Unceremoniously. Alright. Look at that. Easy extraction. Already clean. Besides those, like, 3 little dots there, but look at that. And then I just cut it all out, and then it was good to go. To the floor. Alright. The abyss, as I call it. Alright. Do we just want to go ahead and do Falcon 2? I can just get them both out. Get the hard part done. And then we can just chill. We might just do that. See, we're doing all sorts of new stuff. We went over the packaging together because you guys kind of get this. You get what this is. That's why y'all are here. You know what the packaging is. We just want to get into the figures. Alrighty. Yeah, but I just cut down here on the sides first to kind of have my end point, or even like my beginner point. Let me make sure that's actually... Alright. Gonna see with this one, because I got your hole right here that I use. I'm gonna go from the middle, come out to the side there. There we go. Of course, this side. Out with the other. Though I'm kind of getting that bottom of that packaging a bit. Alright. There we go. Not a bad extraction, if I do say so myself. But apologies if it's a little unbearing. Another huge one. This one a little cut up. We taught a lesson. Stop wasting paper. Almost dropped Constrictor. Stay there, sir. Alright. Knife out of the way. Knife is over. Mr. X-Acto Blade says good night, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully it's easy on here. I don't think we have to use any more tools. Surprisingly. Even with Legends sometimes, they're like, yeah, here's all these steps just to get these out. I'm like, I get it. We got a double layered. There's our Falcon. Whole thing there. Looking pretty good, except for the bottom, of course. course, where it's kind of cut, but who counting? I'm counting. It's my things. They're fine. They're my personal items. Why am I going country? Alright, so we'll get these guys. So stood up here. Oh, Constrictor's a little front heavy. You don't really want to stand up as there's his wings. Constrictor doesn't really want to stand up, but okay, I guess we'll just go over Constrictor, I guess, first. If he doesn't want to cooperate, we can get them. But look at them in all their plastic glory. They look great. Or unless Constrictor can stand there. So we get a shot. Nope. Alrighty. So what do we want to do? I want to do that? No. Keep that together. Alright. So we'll go over our Constrictor. First, I'll have to get on set up for the shot. Joey says, I don't get why Hasbro has to include that leaflet in all their toys. Black Series, Marvel, Transformers, Joe is ridiculous. I mean, I get it. I definitely understand. I'm like, why is this here? And that's why it's always going to the abyss, because it's just garbage. It's just garbage nonsense. I assume it's just some legal safety thing, or kind of just some kind of copyright, where they want to make sure that it's like, this is an actual Hasbro. It comes with the Hasbro paper. It has the official where it has more warnings about the same things, and then being like, Hasbro, this is Hasbro's. Don't forget, it's Hasbro's. And being like, this is recyclable. Recycle this. And I'm like, I don't think that this is recyclable. Not in America. Maybe. It's just paper. I guess you could just recycle it. But I was like, it's trash. Garbage. Go to trash. Like, you might as well not exist as a warning. As a thing. Just one piece of paper. And now they're making them bigger. It's bigger now. I don't think it's even bigger when they were doing like other retro cards. Like, they were still kind of small. Like, it was kind of big, but bro, you don't need it. I get it. I can see it's a toy. I get it's for children and being like, but then you're just creating small parts. Children must eat paper if they're at least under 3, wouldn't they? Aren't their brains just being like, oh, anything in my mouth, I'll eat that. I'll eat a piece of paper that comes with a toy. Yeah, that I can eat on. Which is weird. It's like, under 3, you just want to eat, I guess. You're like, food. Food in mouth. Understand a mouth. Instead of, like, doing shit. Okay. Whatever, I'm rambling. But we got Constrictor. Cool-ass villain. Nice update. Can he focus, please? Thank you. But yeah, but nice, great update to a old figure. Yeah, that I never got my hands on, but always saw it and was like, oh, that's actually like really cool. I like that figure. So it's nice to finally get a update of this character. I don't think he's really totally a part of like the Serpent Society. Isn't that like a thing with like Constrictor? Where it's like he's kind of his own thing. He doesn't really actually do too much with the Serpent Society, but he's been in it like once or twice before. But he's just so iconic. He's just so cool. As you can see with his lenticular mask on, mask off, mask on, mask off. So get that first, but nice detailing and everything here. Love the art style. It actually works pretty well. And it's like the shield thing, so where it clips, or you can peg it, I assume, into the back of the body. Yep. So there you go. If you want it, you got it. It's just a nice little extra thing, and I appreciate it. That, yeah, it's actually like a cool little gimmick. I get it. It's just a gimmick. I get it. It's just to be like the original toys, but it's working. It's just cool. Then we have one of his metal kind of tentacle things. Well, they're not tentacles. They're just like kind of like wraps or whatever, like metal wraps, but they're fading to like a yellow where they're like electric. Is that the whole thing where it's like electronic, like yeah, electronic or electric? His coils. Okay, yeah, so they're called coils. So he uses these metal coils that are electrified or whatever, and so they're all goldish yellow and a little bit of silver. I kind of prefer they were like full silver maybe, but I get what they're going for, and I think that they do look good. I think they're cool. Of course, these are, I think, the same ones that came on the Marvel Legends Omega Red, but just the bigger versions. But there's been, oh, gotta get him out correctly. Sorry if that was loud. He was like right in front of my mic because he was in front of my face, but wanted to get him out. Plastic to the ether. Yeah, but as I was saying, like we've seen, like I think, like I've seen, like some videos and reviews where they use the Omega Red, kind of like the, like the coils, and they do work on that. Do I have a? No, that's right. Is it? Yes. Okay. It's just so weird. All right. There's our Constrictor. Have your, yeah, like have like this darker kind of blue tone to it. He actually has a little bit of like glue thing on there. I gotta hit that with a dull coat or something. That'd be pretty cool. But he looks all right. I like the head sculpt there, kind of, and you can see it is kind of like printed on there, but very nice lines too. These are actually really nice lines. Nothing very much of an actual slip up, at least so far, and then even down to, yeah, to the top of the neck. A little bit on the actual orange part there, but that actually just came right off, so that's pretty clean. Then down to the crotch area too with the line, and then kind of have like your separate part there, so pretty nice, and then goes down to the lines and in there. I mean, these lines are actually pretty clean, and even lines on these little ports he has on the side of his forearms there, and then even down to the boots. Lines are pretty clean. I kind of wish they put the line at the top of here already. From what I can see, I feel like that would break it up more, but if it's accurate to the design, it's accurate to the design, I guess. I don't know, but it looks great. They're still really clean lines. I think it's only like a little messy down there, maybe a little bit right here, but for all, these are some clean lines for this being like the only like the paint that's really on this figure, because the rest of it is just the base blue, I think, Vulcan body, I believe. So you just have your separate hands and then your different forearms there, because of course you don't have any wrist articulation there because of the ports. So it does kind of break up the sculpt a bit, but I think it still looks fine. I don't think it really bothers me that much. Kind of makes his arms a little bit longer. Weirdly, like it makes them look longer than they should be. But it's kind of like, I just kind of want him to just stand there, because I want him to be as parallel to his body and be as clean as he can be. But it looks super cool. Other lower leg twist on that constrictor? You mean our ankle rocker? Of course. Here, we'll go over his articulation real quick. Head goes up, basically all the way. Head goes down, all the way to the chin. Your 360, rotate there. Have your tilt a bit there. What was one other one? Yeah, side to side tilt. Too bad, side to side. And then at the shoulders, have your butterfly joint. Goes forward about that far, goes back pretty far. That's pretty good. That does kind of stick out a bit on the side, but if you want to go a bit less and use more of the actual shoulder hinge, you got that. And then even showing that off, the shoulder hinge goes about that far. Rotation, super clean, by the way. This is a super clean feel figure. Rotation at the bicep. Whoop, double jointed elbow is a little, and these are pinless. It's a little stiff. Oh, yeah, that left side does not want to go up at all. That might need to be heated up. I assume that's because of the new wrist attachment there that just rotates at the bottom of the cuff there, where the port is added to. So I think that's adding a bit more pressure to the double elbow there, but you can get that much range, so pretty good, but it's pretty stiff. So be careful with that. Keep my eye on it. And then at the torso, you just have a ab crunch. So you go forward about that far, go back about that far. Have your waist rotation there, going crazy. And then your legs kicking out about that far. Kicking back about that far. Going out. Not too shabby. Not the feet. I mean, there is a thigh twist. So can you twist the lower legs? Some Hasbro figs have that. I see you can turn at the wrist. Yeah, just at the wrist there. But then yeah, you do have upper thigh cut, double jointed, pinless, knee smooth, the best. Looks great. Makes this look like 10 times better. I mean, I'm kind of over-exaggerating, but I just love these pinless joints, despite these arms being kind of stiff because of this new addition, but, you know, how it is. But we get boot swivel, so that's nice. Don't really get that too much often now with Marvel Legends. Hinge back, hinge forward, and your ankle rocker. Pivot, 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 pivot. One of the best things Marvel Legends is really good at. Ankle pivots. Every time I review Marvel Legends, I always talk about this. Because I love having these ankle rockers, because it makes them so easy to stand. Boot swivel, that's what I meant. There you go. You're good. That's upper thigh. That's a boot swivel there. We'll get his little ports in here. Of course, the coils just go right in there. I need to be more specific. Have this more flat part of it, if you can see. More rounded on top. Put them in there. Excuse the camera, and then you're supposed to be able to hinge your arm here. Little stuck there. that work? I don't know. It's just like I need a more action-y. I just feel like that there's like just something missing. Maybe I should just do that. And we'll get them like this. Bring my camera down a bit. There's like a whole like cacophony of these things that you're just like, just attacking you with. That looks pretty decent. I don't know. I just like the legs though. Yeah. Look at that guy. That's pretty good. What do y'all think? Nice little pose up. He's like, I'm constricting you. And it's like, if you imagine like lightning, he's got a guy in there. We're about to do that in a minute here. But he looks great. He looks awesome. It's a cool looking figure, a nice, unique villain to add to the shelf. I need to like just get out my villains. I need to just upgrade the hell out of those guys and replace and actually I really should get more on the shelf. I don't have as many villains on the shelf as I probably should. Yeah, because I got like doubles of characters. I got other versions of them. So I had to like see what I'm doing now with my collection. Because if we keep getting all these badass villains, I'm gonna just have to do a villain shelf. Everything else is gonna have to go. Something's gonna have to go at some point. So we'll kind of see what we're doing. But this figure is so badass, y'all. I gotta say, a really sweet figure. So y'all see it. I probably actually really, if you want a good classic villain for your Avengers, if you got room to get to that shelf on there, get him. Get Constrictor. Also kind of ticks a box off of the Serpent Society, even though he wasn't really solely a part of that. I know there's like some other things, but we can see what crossovers later. Okay. So yeah, what's my thing? So yeah, cool figure, really fun. Definitely a nice classic villain. I hope we get more kind of like but like older kind of like figure upgrades of these classic villains. But even like with this, like, give me some Serpent Society. I'll take it. I'll take some Serpent Society. Oh, why not? But he's really cool. Definitely recommend. Then we're gonna move on. Get him a little backwards there because he kind of sticks out a bit. Make sure to be careful here. Then we'll move our Falcon in here. It'll raise up. Here's your tune up more light. But yeah, he looks really cool. Him and all his plastic glory. We'll first get out his first layer here, where you have his little wing attachments, you have his small wings here. That the heck? That plug into his back. I think it's supposed to be like this. Yes. Oh, these plug into his arms, but these are like these more down ones. They're still kind of like a shiny red plastic. They don't really feel like actual like feathers, but maybe it's more so like a costume or kind of like specific design. But this still looks pretty cool. Then of course that. Have your bigger wings here. Of course, go onto the arms, same there with those two plugs, but more splayed out. Kind of like more of like a U shape kind of thing going on there. Small, big, kind of like compact, relax, and then flying. We are flying now. They fly now. God. They fly now. Freaking. How dare you, Star Wars? Alright, there's our freaking thing. Plastic. Gone away. Wings to the side. Get Falcon out here. Look at him. Looking pretty badass with his classic costume, with his lenticular. If we can get it out. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Falcon. But there we got, so where it's Sam Wilson, Falcon. Sam Wilson, you got just a white t-shirt and a Falcon. With the thing, he's got the same clouds though, so that's kind of cool. But looks pretty good. Hello, I'm Falcon. Hello, I'm Sam Wilson. Falcon. Sam Wilson's Falcon. Sam Wilson. Falcon. 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 Alright. There's his lenticular. We'll get out his hands. His little set of hands that are tucked in the corner here. All on their own. I guess that's to fit the wings though. That makes sense. Display those off. They just come off of the tape there. Easy enough. And then Constrictor's holding pretty well. It's because of those ankles, y'all. Hasbro winning that game. And then have your two flat palm hands, so when he's flying, you go, wah. It was like, I'm flying pose. And then have his actual Falcon. Hold on. This is a bit of a tricky one. I think his name is Red Wing, right? But there he is, a little Falcon dude. He looks pretty great. Looks pretty awesome. Just a small little guy. Does have a weird little plug here. Like, we'll do that, but we'll see. Ooh. Hold on. I'm going to be right back. I need to go. I'm going to get myself some water. We're going to take an official water break. Apologies. The Falcon will be our main event coming soon. I just need to get some water. Alright. And I'm going to go check on my dog. Because he's all alone with no one beside him. Alright. Be back. And we're back. Sorry if that was a long wait, y'all. Just had to check up on stuff. But we're back. We're gonna get a Falcon out of here right away with his, his little feet. Little bird feet. Oh, there's our thing. It's a toy. Plastic. Ether. Done for. Hop, 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 hop. Bruh. Look at that. Look at this dude. Look at this thing. This guy looks so badass. He's taking this so seriously. And he is rocking it. With the beak on the forehead, with the wraparound there, the flat top kind of thing, kind of just basic hair. We got the kind of like, this is kind of like your Vulcan body. No, this isn't Vulcan. Is this like your Sunfire body? With like new shoulders and you have like the bear kind of arm thing going on here, but you have like your details here with the little things there. All lined up. It's pretty clean. Of course, it's always a thing like with having these butterflies with these things, especially on the back. Not gonna look perfect, but it's pretty decent. And it all paints out to there, paints out to here, so it tries to look as best as it can. Like there. It's like the max I would really put those, if anything, but they still look pretty good. And then the back. Max is like realistically not very much. But yeah, it looks good. Musculature. Very clean. He's not really like super beefy. He's a little thinner than your Cap. But I kind of get that with this kind of Falcon. Maybe he's a little bit more younger. Still kind of bulky, but hasn't bulked up too much until he became Cap, and he was fucking yoked by that point. So this I kind of get why, but it would be nice also to see this maybe on the bigger body, on the what is it? The Game Reverse Captain America body, like doing a Sam Wilson like that. But this guy still looks pretty badass, and I love these gloves here, kind of like gauntlet kind of things. You can tell, I think they're more so like fabric than, of course, your basic legs, but they're pinless now. So that's kind of nice. And then having your boots, like your little arch going up that way, and then have your little frills at the bottom, and then his little feet, his 3 little toes, bro. That's kind of funny. He has more of like an actual, like a kind of not like a boot, but kind of like a regular kind of walking shoe. But of course, people are calling this the McDonald's feet. He's got a sponsor. You gotta have a sponsor these days, y'all. It's never the good ones. Not truthfully. Ooh, feels like my thigh swivel there is a little stuck, so I'm gonna be kind of careful with this articulation. But head goes up about that far. Can basically look all the way up. Like that's like perfect. Maybe like a little bit more would have been nice, but you can kind of push it a bit. There you go. That's like perfectly fine. And down goes forward. You are getting a little bit of stress. It is just a ball and disc. It's not a it's not a ball like for either of these. Like I think they know that this is kind of like actually kind of the best way to go in some cases, but then not very much tilt there, only a little bit, but of course rotate around 360 there at the shoulders. Of course, have your butterflies as we've seen go back About that far, go forward pretty well. Shoulders come up about that far. It's a big shoulder. Looks pretty good though. Rotates around. Bicep swivel. Double jointed pinless elbows. No problem there because they don't got extra. Honestly, they got less plastic in them, so it's a smoother transition. And then with the hands here, you do have hinge in and out and rotation. There, he's come with the two fists. Of course, we saw the two flat hands there. Then at the torso, have your ab crunch. Goes forward. About that far, goes back. About that far. This, yeah, this is a little detailed. Not the greatest. It's kind of just best just like that. But I think I get the criticism of people being like, you should continue that there, because that does break up that sculpt a bit. And that kind of makes sense. I kind of see that. But it's still like a very big V, because you're not supposed to really put it all that way back, because you're not supposed to see that. So it's like max, you're supposed to like do it like that, which isn't too bad, but there. And then forward. It's all just wide on the back anyways. And then waist rotation there. Also, you see your little ports there. And then at the legs, kick out that far, kick back, kick to the side. Pretty decent. This was the regular Spider-Man body for a bit. Or a few Spider-Mans. Not the greatest range out, but rotation there at the upper thigh. Double jointed pinless. Knees a little tight. I think because these are actually pretty skinny for these double ones. But they're going that far. Pretty good. Almost kicking his ass. Still kind of tough. Upper boot rotation there, which is very nice. You have also... Is it separate? Is this like a separate? Because you got that. Okay, that is just the same. Okay. I'm just losing my mind. Kind of marring my plastic a bit. So that kind of sucks there. So be careful with that. I can see that happening here. On the other side too. Yeah, but then at the feet, hinge back, about that far, hinge forward, ankle rocker for the pivot. But you see that little thing, pivot, though, pretty good. So there's a little QC things, but overall, still great. Still feels good. Still displays pretty well here. We'll get him first with his, kind of like his regular, kind of like more, not as ready to fly. Is this the one for it, or is this the one? This feels like this is the one. No, that doesn't make sense. What the hell? Hold on. What am I doing? Brothers and sisters. See, that fits. And that looks good. So you fits. You got a fits there. There you go. There we go. All right. There he is with his down wings. Honestly, looking pretty good. I do like the addition of these. These are actual pieces that you can just put onto his body and work pretty well. I think you can even do, if you want, Well, maybe it works better. More upper ones, but I'll try it with the with our little red wing. I think he's supposed to be on like that. I don't know how that wing really looks. There. Maybe I'll have him the big wing over here. That feels like that makes a little bit more sense. Because it would naturally do that, right? So, get our big wing. However, it's able to get on here, which feels impossible right now. It keeps hitting the body. Okay, excuse me. Hold on. More of my plastic now. I want to do that. Are these both kind of... Hold on, I gotta remove the red wing. Goes there and that goes there, okay. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that guy. He's like, yeah, you see, I got a Falcon. It's a Falcon, and I'm Falcon. We are Falcon. But it looks actually pretty good on there. I know I'm not really the hugest fan of this thing, of having like the plug there. I wish it was just like clear. I feel like that would have worked a little bit better here. It makes more sense, but kind of get why they went with red, because it kind of goes with the whole motif. Then I kind of wish they gave him like another, like a cuff or something. It was kind of like, so when he's wearing the cuffs, or like you have like another, like a red ring around there, just for continuity. Because it kind of feels like it's kind of like that's supposed to be a band to go to the wings to show that they're part of the costume, but they're still like functional. Having a second one here would actually make this probably look better. Even though it's supposed to be just an effect piece, but still pretty good. Still pretty cool. Then we'll do Falcon in his full lion pose. Of course we gotta do that, at least once. We're switching out our hands. We're gonna do the whole things. You know, the small ones. Got the hand. A little hand. Small wing, big wings. One big wing. Put this stuff on frame. If it's a little messy. I just don't even know if I can even do... See, I kind of wish that these could. Man. Actually, with the way he's actually supposed to look, he can't actually look that way up. Where can I get him where he's looking up all the way? That's my max. Guess is it like that? That's your flying pose. I should prefer like the one. Always like one leg out, one leg in. Even kind of like an up-down view where you're like. Not too bad, because I did do like a photo, I think, like this a while ago. That looked pretty good. So maybe I need to do a classic version of that at some point. Look at that. That's just a clean pose right there. Of course, up top. Even like it's just that. Even like just. Whereas I just. Starting to like just. Go straight. He's just like. Like, I need to be as vertical as I can. Look at that. Look at that flying. Look at that flying man. That's so cool. But Tommy says, gotta run, was nice catching you on again. Thank you so much, Tommy. Appreciate the support. Nice having you around. Hope you enjoyed the yapping and the figures. These are so badass. Thank you for the 4 people who liked this video here alive. I know we're already 2 hours and 15 minutes in, but we're making decent time in my mind. We're making decent time. Hold on, let me check stuff real quick. No one's gonna respond to Carmen. Alright. Look at that. There we go. Yeah, that's his flying pose. Fully up there. Very, very cool. Very nice. But yeah. And if you do have him just standing like that with it, it's kind of awkward. So, at least for me, I think he's gonna. Well, he's gonna have the one, and then have the other, where it's just regular. Because I do like the fact he comes with the actual Falcon. Do the fist, man. That there for now. Get Falcon ready. Do we want to? Actually, pretty good. Excuse me, I am working on trying to get this wing back in this hand again. How does this work like 10 minutes ago and then it doesn't now? This going there really doesn't work that way. Okay. Stop doing it. Freaking goddamn it. Put your arm down. Straight down over here. The glove cup is sticking there. Place it in there and there. All right. Here he is with his thing. Yeah. There's our Falcon. With his Falcon. Again, a Red Wing. I think he looks pretty badass. Definitely a nice addition to this figure. Definitely well needed. Looks great. Would be cool to see it on a bulkier body, maybe even with sculpted details, possibly. I don't know if they could do that, but doing like the, like as I said before, the Gamerverse Captain America, that wouldn't be too bad. Use that body for a Falcon, or even for a new Falcon cap. I wouldn't mind that either, to be honest. But we do have the older one, but the one that has like the big wings. We'll see him in a second. That one's actually pretty badass, and I like that a lot. But in any case, this is a awesome figure, awesome pair of figures. I think they work very well together. We'll move all my accessories. I think Falcon is for sure the standout. I mean, he's a classic character. Also, I just realized, didn't even get out my freaking Marvel Encyclopedia, because I know Falcon has a page on here. Yeah, because Falcon's literally the second one. So, it's not exactly really this one. It's not this one at all. It's actually kind of one of these more modern ones, but where's it good? So this is my Falcon that I remember seeing, this version. Art is by Ivan Reese. And also have the one where he has the army. We'll try to get him of Falcons. Or just birds. He's just in a lot of birds and they're all freaking out. Physical description. Height is 6'2". Here we're gonna do a thing. We might do this segment. We're gonna do the stats. Physical description. Height 6'2". Weight 240. Here, hold on. Because this is the Marvel Encyclopedia that we showed off on the one stream where we didn't have audio. Man, there goes him. Marvel Encyclopedia. Avengers! Falcon, he's in there. Excuse me. Falcon, come back. Please. I'm glad you didn't break. You held solid ground. Alright. Put you over here for now. I do want to do this segment. I know I don't have Constrictor in this book. That is for sure. I mean, because we're already at F for Falcon, and we're only doing just Avengers. They're not even doing villains, really. We're probably doing like a couple. But the real name is Samuel Thomas Samuel Wilson, also known as Blackbird Snap Wilson, Captain America, brother superhero, brother Falcon. Identity is publicly known. Occupation, adventurer, social worker, and urban planner. Citizenship, United States of America. Place of birth, New York City. Marital status, single. Known relatives, Paul Wilson, father deceased. Irene Wilson, mother deceased. Sarah Whisper Jasper, sister. Jody Jasper, nephew. Jim Wilson, nephew, deceased. That sucks. Group affiliation, Avengers, member of the Defenders for one day, formerly Night People and Queen's Vengeance. Education, high school dropout, later extensively self-educated. Yeah, wasn't he like in the army? First appearance, Captain America, Volume 1, number 117, 1969, or issue 117. But Pretty cool. And then even have your your physical descriptions. Height is 6'2", weight is 240, eyes are brown. Yes. Hair black. I mean, yeah. Powers and abilities. Superhero. But Superman powers. The Falcon originally possessed the ability to communicate with his pet Falcon Redwing using telepathy. He can now communicate telepathically with any bird within within an unknown radius. He can also see through the eyes of any bird with his radius. Is that kind of like the thing? Hold on, because you got Falcon here. He's got like red eyes, and then Falcon has like white eyes. So I wonder if that's like he's like seeing through them, because he does have his pupils there. So maybe that's it. He's like seeing through Redwing there, and the Redwing, it is a Falcon. I think it's a little more brown. Seems like even with this more harsh lighting on there, but in any case. Paraphernalia. Personal weaponry. The Falcon formerly wore a pair of jet-powered glider wings that allow him to fly at speeds up to 250 miles per hour. That's probably what his old version is. He now wears a pair of hard light wings that have increased his speed and maneuver ability. He occasionally wears a glove on his left hand that contains a grappling hook. Yeah, that's definitely not on here, because this one he only has like little cuffs here too. He has the actually even more bare arms. He doesn't even have gloves. Power grid. Intelligence is 2. Damn, okay. Do my boy like that. Strength is a 2. Well, intelligence is like 2 and like 0.1. Strength is like 2. Speed is 3 for sure. Durability 2. Energy projection 1. Fighting skills 4. Big fighter. And speed. But nice little thing here. We're going to try to get this book going. Get the Marvel Encyclopedia. Because it's just cool. Also, kind of like with Robo, doing his thing, I was like, I've been looking for mine for years, and I finally found them. I think either like right before he started or like right after. I don't know. I think it started before. I can't remember. It's been so long now. It's just on the regular, but this Falcon, this Constrictor, just awesome figures. A nice pairing. Super clean. I think definitely overall, I think Constrictor is a bit better, more uniqueness wise, and I like the body a bit more. I like the bigger body on him. I do wish he had just full on just metal colored, kind of like coils, but I understand what they're going for with this, and it just works for the costume, so like it works fine for me for now. Maybe if I can put like some like electricity effects on a figure, when I wrap it around there, it might look a little better, but we'll kind of see. But then you have Falcon over here, who just looks amazing. Just, it's great. It's lovely. He's very unique. He's still a little bit smaller. He's not as beefy as I think some people would prefer him to be, and I get that. But I think this is a massive upgrade. I love having Red Wing. I love having these different wing pieces, even if they're still a bit difficult because they're independent pieces and they have to fit a specific way, especially where you can't bend the arm, so it limits the articulation a bit. But I get what they're going for. I like how the end product looks. They look great. So yeah, a great pairing. Great figures. Awesome. Then your lenticulars. Show those off with these guys at least one more time, because they're fantastic. Nice little gimmicks. We'll get on to our comparisons, our final thing for the night, and we shall call it good. It's my time. It is 7:15. Getting a little late. We'll see. Let's get these guys back. We'll get to my first set of... we'll get to all my comparisons. So we're gonna move this up a bit. Move this to the side of it so we have more room. All right. Oh, so first, we're going to be focusing on Falcon. Course, straight up. Have your what's been on my main Avengers for a while, like the closest to a classic Falcon, that we've had in a bit. This one. Which was, I think, in a retro card, another retro card before, or this was like another Build-A-Figure one that was a little bit more classic, but still modern-ish, a very specific era style, because he has like the holographic kind of wings there, and they're the two big pieces. And then have your Sam Wilson cap, looking pretty sick. Love this figure. I love the proportions and the size and the body. Wish it was pinless, but still looks great. Could maybe even have a more classic cap where it's just Sam Wilson. A more classic costume maybe, but these still look great. I think that this does have the best wings though. I do get it with this one because this one's like the metal version, kind of MCU-ish in some way, but not too bad. I just realized, why do I not have my MCU one down here? I should get that one. Hold on. Cool. Hopefully not everything falls to the ground. Okay, cool. All right, so first, get these guys cleared out here, but they look great. Love this new Falcon. Definitely the best one. This guy's going in a bit. He's going with the other one. This one is still going to stay out with my other main Avengers display. Oh, well, with my Marvel Universe display where I have my alternate Avengers. More modern, if you will. And then going into Street Heroes and Fantastic Four and then miscellaneous stuff. But I got to kind of clear out at some point. I need to focus up on what I want this shelf to be. Because I need to start changing up things. Packing up old stuff and getting new stuff in. Seeing what I really want this shelf to look like now. Because it's changed, it's evolved, so this is the complicated one. A Marvel Universe, adding more and more. Even though I can't fit that much more. Alright. Now this one, it's kind of old. This is the original MCU Falcon, I think from the Civil War movie. So he's aged quite a bit. He has some little dings and scratches. isn't the cleanest, but well, that's just because I haven't really gone in a while. All right, get over here, Falcon. You're good. You are as camera ready as I think you'll be. And there he is. I even gave him 2 little Uzis to go there. I know they're not probably super realistic or very accurate even, but there he is. I forget. Oh yeah, and he also technically has a little Red Wing launcher there, so that's kind of nice. But that's like a separate piece, so. I think he also did come with like a little like a Red Wing too, didn't he? I can't remember. Like a little like a drone, but I don't think so. I have to like search again if they've ever done that. But then next, getting into the actual like the Secret Wars wave. So first, got Captain America, my main display cap for the time being. With the scale mail armor, a little more simplified, that bulkier body shape, but I have him with a thumbs up from the San Diego Comic-Con. Deadpool. And have him with the shield from the original Sam Wilson Captain America figure, because it came with this more classic Captain America thing. So instead of having the broken one or the 20th anniversary one with the holes in it, have this one. It looks really clean. Looks very, very cool. Oh. I can do like 2 more other different comparisons. What am I forgetting? I know there's like 2 I just noticed, and I'm like, I know there's 1. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one. Because these 2 definitely make sense. Does he not have his? No, of course not. Of course, this is probably a bit later at the time, probably the more older Falcons, but I'll throw them in there because he's the other Captain America sidekick in some cases. Hold on. I do need a classic one, but here we have. Hold on, I need to put this back together. Yeah, okay, we'll put him right here. There is our Winter Soldier. Of course, I think he was a bit later with Falcon, but this felt kind of right. Oh, also gonna get this dude just to go with Constrictor on a more, I think, specific basis, based on like one comic run. We'll grab them. We'll get. I think he's been out a little more recently. Our Deadpool, because I think these 2 in Titania had like a comic run together, those 3. all like roommates or something. Love this Deadpool. Look at this crew. What a ridiculous crew. I'm just pulling figures off the shelf because I'm like, what am I doing? Gotta get them. Gotta get them. Why am I not doing that? I should do that. And I'm like, oh, that's too many. Okay. Now we're going to keep going on with our Secret Wars. First I have Black Suit Spider-Man, which was more specifically of this line. And then figure before that actually made this body is the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, or the first appearance body, which is right there. You can see past the Red Wing. First appearance Spider-Man I have there, and that's the first release, not the retro card with the blue on the back. Though I kind of do want to get that one. Just keep it in packaging, but we'll kind of see. But this Spider-Man and that Spider-Man looks so cool. Also, I do want to mention, okay, one thing and another reason, actually kind of like another excuse for me to not buy this alien costume Spider-Man that comes in this wave is the fact that the body is the Renew Your Vows version and not the actual kind of like this first appearance body. This is not kind of like that kind of timeline in my mind. This feels more like a more kind of like modern interpretation of him transforming. I would prefer maybe a different one, because in the comics he did look like this. He did look like classic Spider-Man. So I don't know, y'all. I mean, was he more classic Spider-Man? I guess it would make sense, because that's when they started, so yeah, it's just freaking Spider-Man, bro. Like, yeah, so kind of an excuse for me to not get the new one, because, you know, it is different from the actual official Secret Wars version that we've got of Spider-Man before. So I'm like, okay, but if my basis is that this Spider-Man turns into that Spider-Man because they're the same body, how would you not have the transition one be the same body as those, but have it be the, where is it, that one, the Renew Your Vow. Why have the older one when you can have this one? That's with the line, that makes sense. You could do this one for people, because I think more people would buy that, because I think that looks, because that would be cool, because it's like that retro thing. But I get it, the more modern look, more traditional. It is kind of like newer parts. It even looks like more of like the retro body, but I'd have to look at it. I'm pretty sure it's the Renew Your Vows based on the map crunch, though, because that is very specific to that one. So yeah, kind of my excuse right now to not get that transition one, unless it goes on like clearance. I'll see that at like Ollie's or something. That's like the only way I can be able to really care to get that. Next up, getting some of our main Avengers going. We'll do Iron Man over here and have Hawkeye come over here. So Iron Man is from the 20th anniversary set where they were doing like the Toy Biz, like the clamshell versions, but instead of having the comics, they had little displays of that had the comic covers on the back, and then also on the other side, like a digital kind of render of the of the original kind of like playset designs, but you know, it's on cardstock, you know, on a stand. So not an actual set, but very nice. And this figure is probably my favorite Iron Man right now. I do want a pinless one, because seeing, what is it? Is that the Secret Wars one? Yeah, the Secret Wars one. Like, I was like so tempted, but I'm just like, I don't need another Iron Man right now. I don't care to get it. This one is my favorite. I wish they would just do a pinless of this one now, or at least have like the same kind of setup. And then I can just switch the heads and then just be happy with it. And then it's like, and then with the Hawkeye, I'm pretty happy with him right now. His band is all loosen up though, but I like him a lot right now. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy about his loincloth, but I think it's fine. I think he's great. I did switch out his bow and arrow set though, his quiver and everything, because it's just the Marvel Legends one is not good at all. It just doesn't give me classic Hawkeye vibes. So I stole the one from the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Punk Frogs, whichever the ones that had the bow and arrow set. I took it from him, both the actual bow. This arrow came with him, but then the ones in the quiver and everything. Or the quill? No, not quill. I think it is quiver. But in the little compartment there. Just sits there. And just very basic. But I felt like it was just more... It felt more right. I'm just kind of like, I am not using this old kind of setup here. It just looks so cheap. So bad, I just don't like it at all. So, got rid of it. Got this guy. Also, we want to do real quick. We'll have a little fun. We'll get Iron Man in constrictors, constriction, just to have a bit of fun. So he's like, oh. Like, oh. Where he's like, I guess? I don't know. Kind of struggling. Or where he's like, oh, what's going on? Why are he hitting me? It's like that kind of angle. I don't know. I have to like mess with these guys. I gotta play with my toys for a bit longer. Kind of even where he has him down. It's like, get him. He's like, he's like, oh, help. Okay. Excuse me. Alright. How does that look? I mean, that's alright. Looks clean, but... yeah, that's fine. I know, he's not all dynamic anymore, but... here you go. Alright, but here we got Black Widow, the best Black Widow figure out there at the moment. The one from the, I think this was the Target exclusive one, the 50th anniversary. Then we have the Secret Wars, Miss Marvel, I think her name is Monica Rambeau, I believe. She's really cool. I know, still kind of like of a basic figure, but is pinless. Looks great. Really clean. I like the design. And the face sculpt is really well done. So, yeah. These are cool. Awesome. Might want to take another Black Widow. Maybe even try to get even more classic. I don't know if you can. I don't know, like, or cartoonish design or something. Then, keeping with my Avengers, so this is specifically now my Avengers shelf. Probably not specifically with Secret Wars, but got my Mayfix Spider-Man with a custom head on there. It's the Spider-Man animated series kind of styled head from a PVC bake shop, I believe, from what I remember. And then we have the CT Toys brown suit Wolverine, who looks freaking badass next to these two anyways. This is probably like my favorite Wolverine figure ever. And I know it's CT Toys, but Mayfix is old and expensive, so fine. That's rude, but rude moment. Alright. Then with Avengers, we're throwing in the Hulk. This is the 20th anniversary version. Probably my favorite Hulk at the moment. Still, even with the Maximum out there, it looks decent, but I'm like, I do like the bright greens of the Maximum, but just all the rest I'm like, I'm iffy about. But then we have Thor here. This is still just the Ragnarok one. I need to get a custom head for this one at some point, because it's just not hitting just right, because those eyes are red. So I need to get a custom head at some point to replace this. I've been doing I've been saying that for years. I need to just get some custom heads. I need to stop buying figures for a minute and get customs to upgrade them. I'm prepared. And I can do a stream and do not figures and do custom heads. Well, do figures, but put custom heads and have customs. Alright. Next up, we have Doctor Strange. Looking pretty neat. Looking pretty sick. Could probably use for an upgrade on him, maybe. Maybe a Maximum with a soft goods cape. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind that. Then we got Vision. Just to throw in there. He's cool. He's a robot. I don't think he was in Secret Wars or Doctor Strange. Can't remember, but they were in the wave, so kind of like last two comparisons with our heroes. Then we'll get into our few villains that I really have to show off here. I honestly don't really have that many, but we got the Wasp in her classic uniform, so you can kind of see the earlier designs, and then got Giant Man here. He's kind of like my main, kind of like Avengers version. I know he's not the Giant Man, the big one, but kind of wish they would do just a 12-inch one, because that's the size I would buy, honestly. And then I'd be set. And I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm good. And that's it. But this one's fine. This one's still pretty good. I think it might be the same body as the Falcon here, actually. I think it is. I think it's like this Sunfire body, but, all done up with the pinless stuff. So that makes sense here, because it looks like those legs are exactly the same. But you change enough. You change the boots. You change the feet. You change the forearm. You change the hands. Well, you change the whole whole arms, because you have to put wings on those arms, and then a bird, and then a different head, so a different paint scheme. But pretty good. Like, they look different enough where it's like, yeah, I can tell that those are two different people. Maybe have the same proportionates, but enough of difference, especially with the costumes, to make sure that they stick out better. So pretty cool. Alright, then our final bit, doing all of our villains, specifically for Secret Wars, and a little bit of Serpent Society. Of course, have the Beyonder, of course, mentioned. They're in, Constrictor's bio, where it's like, yeah, he works for him. And then you have Titania also there, so cool to have your more unique villains, all these classic ones, all these classic designs, and they all work together so very well. Especially given Titania, especially getting rid of like that pink, kind of like that paint that was on there, because it looks way better with just the flesh tone on the chest. And it's also just accurate, because that's how she looked. Which is like weird that they would not do that. Well, I guess it makes sense why they wouldn't do that, but just do it, y'all. Be accurate if we can just do it. Okay, then our last comparisons. Oh, wait, no, Constrictor also mentions this guy too. Okay, so we'll get our Dr. Doom from the this one is the 2-pack that came with Monica Rambeau version that had like that unmasked head and then the actual mask, and then have Madame Hydra, who's also I think known as like Serpent as well, right? So it's kind of like she's the same person, but oh well, she's not like Madame Hydra, is she? No, she is, because you got Madame Mask. But this is like the female Hydra lady, but she's also known as like, it's not Spirit, it's what did I just say? I forget what it is. Whatever her thing is, whatever her snake thing is, it's there. So she's kind of cool there, but could use already for an upgrade. Like, this is an out-of-touch figure, to be honest. And she looks a little crazy-eyed. Oh, okay. But Dr. Doom looks good, though. It's his look there, have the whole thing there. And then, of course, they have re-released him now in the Secret Wars, so that's pretty cool. Like, I might just get it just to have it on the wall. That might be a thing, just because it looks so good as a display piece. But but I like this old one too. I think it looks still pretty cool. So yeah, so that is it. I'm gonna call it good for our stream. I don't want to go any longer than how I'm going right now. So sorry, no group pick. I think same thing as like last week. Just don't got time for it. But thank y'all, everyone who's joined me on this stream tonight. I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate those who watch here in the future. Watch the shorts. I'll get the shorts done hopefully by the weekend, okay? Or hopefully before next stream. That's always my goal. I'm like, if it's before next stream, but I didn't. But I didn't get the last one for the turtles done. I've just been too busy. So I'll get on that first, of course, and then we'll do the one for this afterwards. But yeah, check out the Instagram tomorrow. New Daredevil / Punisher picture coming up. New theme with Bad Guys Inc. Check us all out. Everyone's talented. Everyone's amazing. Everyone's great. So yeah. Also be sure to subscribe. Check out my Instagram, Justin the Zilla. Also, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment what you want to see here on the channel. I gotta do more videos, I gotta do more shorts, streams, stuff, because y'all really enjoyed that first one. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, awesome figures, nice additions to the collection. Can't wait to see more from the Secret Wars wave. See how it goes with Daredevil. He'll probably be a freaking badass because it's Daredevil and it's an awesome looking figure based on just all the shit I've seen. So we're gonna get our shit going. How about we do? Hold on, we'll do this real quick. We'll put Daredevil and we'll put Magic in there just to spruce up the end thing. Maybe we'll even get let's get our ones that we have opened. If I'm gonna do one thing, I'll do that. Or even more specifically themed ones as well. Have her behind Cap. If she can stand facing this way, which I feel like she can't. Which is weird, but there we go, though. She looks good. And then, who else was in there? Oh. I know that Hulk was. Here, we'll get Titania. Well. Titania here. Beyond or here, because he's the one who made the thing, who brought them all. Bro. Just stand, bro. Just stand right there. That's all you gotta do. Dr. Doom. Titania. How could ya? Hurt our poor Sam. Our Falcon. It's taking a couple dings this episode, but he's still freaking badass. Can't hold down this bird. Alright. He's a free bird. Alright. There's our Beyonder. There's everyone. Alright. We shall see y'all in the next one. Shout out to who's my top fans. Number 1, Red Phoenix Ranger with 150 XP. D-Town Joey at 150 XP as well. Tommy and the Guinea Pig, 100 XP. Gabe with 75 and Jim Bolton with 25. Well, thanks for the XP, Jim. You Cheeto with a hat and a smiley face. Hater, bro. Shout out, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining me. Be cool. Be you. Do good. Goodbye.